And we're going to start lying down on our backs with a bridge posture. Let your feet be on the floor. Let your back be on the floor. And take an inhale. On your exhale, curl your lower back up and down. Curl your lower back up and down. And exhale and inhale. And up and down. Now you're waking up your hamstrings and you're waking up your glutes. Inhale and exhale. Waking up the back side of your body. 2 more. Now hold your hips up. And if you'd like to add on, interlace your fingers at your lower back, walk your shoulder blade flush under, and then hold for 10, 9, 8, 5, 2, release your hands, inhale. Now roll down. Once your back is all the way down, hold on to your feet and stretch out your hamstrings. 5 with happy baby. 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, lower your feet, lift up your right leg. Now we're going to add on a single leg press. Go up and down. Now if this is too hard, go back to 2 feet on the floor. 3, exhale. 4, this leg is getting a little stretch. 5, when it's straight up and down. 6, 7, 8, 9, lower that foot, lift up your other leg, drop down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower that foot. Now lift up your right leg and you're going to point and then flex. We're going to point up and flex down. We're going to inhale and exhale the whole time your booty's off the floor. 4, work that ankle. 5, yes, very good. Work those toes. 6, 7, that also flosses the nerve. 8, 9, 10, lower that foot, switch it up, left leg, point, flex, point, flex, inhale, exhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower that foot. Now take an inhale, lower all the way down. Take your hands inside your thighs and hold on to your feet or your ankles. Now your knees are going to be wider this time. This is bound angle. It's almost like you're making a butterfly. Rock a little bit left, rock a little bit right. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale. We're going to take the left leg very long and the right leg up. Now draw a circle with that leg in the air, and it's like you're drawing a very large clock on the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Drawing, keeping your ribs down. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders are soft. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Now on the 10th one, leave that leg up there and let your hands hold on to your thigh. And we're going to point and flex that foot up in the air. You can also do the other foot too, point and flex. 5, breathing 4, 3, 2. Now lower that right leg and you're going to extend the left leg up. Hands frame your hips. Draw circles. Inhale. And exhale. Now your ribs are down. Your shoulders are flat on the back. Softly pointing your toes on this series. You're going to feel your abs keeping your ribs down. We are going the other way. Go out to in. Inhale and exhale. 2. And make sure you don't have any clicking going on in your hip. If you do, decrease that range of motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you're going to hold that leg on the underside. There's a hamstring stretch. Point and flex. 10, 9, and when you point and flex, you can spread the toes as well. Get some dexterity and agility in those feet so you have good balance. 3, 2. Now we are adding on. Lift up your shoulder blades. See how you're off the mat, and then you're going to switch your legs with your, it's like you're a pair of scissors. So you feel a little hamstring stretch, and then you pull your other leg in. 10, 9, 8, 7, good. 6, good, Polly. 5, 4, lifting up. 3 with your abs. 2, and then recover. Your hands can go to your knees and stir your knees in opposite directions, kind of like your beaters, egg beaters. We'll go the other way, as big a circle as you need. You should feel some release of tension. The synovial fluid is the WD-40 in the joints, and you're lubricating that joint. Now let your legs be on an imaginary table. This is called tabletop, with your calves up in the air like this. Let your fingertips come up behind your head. Now rotate your right shoulder to your left knee. Exhale, rotate your left shoulder towards your right knee. Now you're going to keep doing this. This is called Yogic Bicycle. If you need it easier, you can have the legs be more vertical. If you need it harder, go a little lower. Now look at your belly as you do this and see if you can actively pull your belly in every time you exhale. Now we're going to do a set with the toes pulled back. So it's as if you're pressing through your heel. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then you're going to take your hands behind your legs, do a double hamstring stretch. Pull your toes back. Right here should feel like a stretch. Back of your thigh. 5, 4. Good. Pulling those toes back. 3, 2. Now we're going to softly point the toes. Put your fingertips behind your head again. Lift your shoulder blades up. Once you're up, lower your legs as a unit down towards the floor. And your goal is that you must keep the ribs on the mat. That's how low you know you can go. If your low back starts popping off the mat, then it's too low. So keep lifting your shoulder blades, and let's add point and flex, point and flex. Now I know this one's hard. Take 5 and 4. If you need to decrease how low you go, that is just fine. This is really hard exercise. 2, 1. Now open the legs and make a V. This is going to be an inner thigh stretch. Hold your legs like a V and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Now the legs are going to be up like ribbon is between them. You're squeezing your inner thighs. Place your hands on the floor next to your hips. As a unit, circle your legs and bring them to 12 o'clock vertical. Go the other way. Your ribs are down. That's your main goal. That's your main priority. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's take 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Very good. And then we're going to take the hands to the feet again. Happy baby. Just pull the knees down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hug your legs. Now it's as if you're a cannonball. You're going to open up your arms and your legs and then stretch and hold your shins. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, hug. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hug. Now to add on, lift up the shoulder blades. This is called double leg stretch. Inhale to the sides of the ribs. Exhale, hug. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hug. Inhale, exhale, hug. Stretch and hug. Inhale and exhale. Point, flex, point, flex. Right ankle to left thigh. Reach your hands to the window and try to clasp your fingers if you can. That's going to make it a little easier to hold that hip stretch. There you go. And if you want to rock around, you can. This is a hip stretch for those deep 6 external rotators. And these easily get tight. So this is a stretch you could do every day. Now before we switch sides, add on some ankle mobility. Try 10 circles. Your ankles are off the floor now, so it's a really good place to do this. And the other way. You can even point and flex. These are so important for balance and for having springy fascia. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take the other ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through that window. Interlace your fingers if you can. Good. Hug that body in. You got it. And just notice if one hip feels different than the other. Use your exhales to relax the hips. Use your exhales to relax your mind. You're welcome to move those ankles 10 times. Each way. And point and flex. We'll take another inhale. And as you exhale, let that body go. Full body stretch. Arms overhead, legs long, and then push through one leg longer than the other from your waist. 5, like you're climbing a ladder on the floor. 4, arms reach long on one side than the other. 2, inhale. And then exhale. We're going to turn on the side. Prop yourself up on your elbow. Take that top leg and imagine you have a basketball, at least possibly a beach ball. You're going to trace that basketball or trace that hit the basketball or the beach ball. Softly point on the first set. Lift up through the ribs. This works the hip abductor, complementing all of the sagittal plane exercises we do during the day. Now flex that same foot and go backwards for 10. You're also really trying to keep your hips stacked and your top knee long. Lift up through your ribs, breathing in and out. And now we're going to point that foot and go up, flex down. Point up, flex down. 3, 4, and feel your belly pull in on a supportive level. It's not an aggressive ab crunch, but it is a pulling in support. Good, stabilizing. 9, the ribs in line with the pelvis. 10, let this arm be a pillow now. Take the leg we just worked out of the way. Take the bottom leg up and think about that basketball. Trace the basketball. Circle. 5, 6, pull your belly in. 7 with every exhale. Pull your toes back and go the other way. So you're leading with the heel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then up and down. Good. Reach and pull your belly in. Good. And flex that foot and lift up 10 times. Leave this leg soft. And then we're going to switch to our belly. Now, once you're on your belly, let your hands be your pillow. Lift up your legs and tap the feet together while the knees are off the floor. 30 times, hamstrings and glutes. 15 more times. 10. And then let's go to the other side. I'm going to turn this way so I can see you. Your elbow is going to prop you up. Ribs up. There's a little bit of a angle here so that you can see your toes. Now imagine a basketball. Draw circles around that basketball. Lifting up. 4, 5, 6. That's one thing I really like about these. You don't need any equipment to get a full body workout. So you can do this while you're traveling. You can do it at home. Go your other way. Now pull your toes back. Keep lifting up. That's why we're going to work our abdominals supportively and our shoulder blade stabilizers. 7, which decreases the risk of all those shoulder injuries you hear people getting. 9, decreasing the adhesive capsulitis. Okay, now take that top leg and point up. Good. Do the best you can, and the modification is to lie down. Good. And then flex that foot and do 10. Now, this bottom arm that you are propped up on can be your pillow. You're going to take your top leg ahead. Now take your bottom leg and draw circles like a basketball is there and you're tracing it. Pull your waist in. I like to put a hand there sometimes to remind myself. Flex your foot, go the other way. Point up towards the 10 times. Here we go. 10 towards the sky. Flex the foot. Belly down. Now when your belly's down, we're going to lift up the legs and do 30 taps with the feet in the air. Lift up your legs and tap them in the air, knees off the floor. Working the hamstrings, working the booty, working the inner thighs. 15 more. Inhale. And then exhale. Relax that. Child pose. Push your hips back to your heels and let your low back relax and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. And this is a great time if you need a sip of something. We are going to meet in down dog. So after you take your sip, we can meet in down dog. When you're in down dog, stretch out your hands, press your booty in the air. Now we're going to bend one knee. Doesn't that feel so good on that calf? And then on the other one, bend one knee, press. Bend one knee, press. Stretch, stretch. Good. Both heels press. You lift, you lower, you lift, you lower, you lift, you lower. Now leave your heels down and hold. This is going to feel like a big calf stretch and hamstrings. If you want more stretch, pull your toes off the floor. 5, the best you can. 4, 3, 2, Now let your left foot push on your right heel. Now you're getting one leg in isolation and you're giving yourself an assist. 5, 4, lift your sit bone as well. 3, 2, lower that foot and take your other foot and press it down. 4, 3, 2, and both feet, and then lower down. At this point, your hands are underneath your shoulders, round your back like you're a Halloween cat, lift your sternum. This is Sassy Cat. Exhale, round. Lift your inhale, and exhale, round. Now, to make this harder, you can curl your toes, lift up your knees, and then do the same thing with the knees off the floor, cat-cow. If you're doing this harder posture with the knees off the floor, just try to keep them a couple inches off the floor. 4, to make it harder. 3, 2, now lower the knees and act like you've got a paintbrush on your booty and you're going to draw the biggest purple circle behind you with your paintbrush. That ought to get some back release that you, sometimes you can get these tiny little muscles this way. Circle the other way. So if you've had any back tightness lately, this will help get some blood flow in there. And you're going to go back into a downward dog. So spread out your hands, your fingers, push your hips up, and then hold that. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now either stay here, or if you would like to add on, put your elbows on the floor, and this is dolphin. Hold here. 5, 4. Relax your neck. Shake it out if you need to. 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. Lower your knees. Now we're going to walk it out to a plank. So notice if you can put your elbows underneath your shoulders. Adjust so you can. And then put your legs long. Hold here, pulling your belly in. Act like you're trying to pull your elbows to your feet and your feet to your elbows. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now turn to me. If you like to have more cushion, which I do, you can double up your mat here, lift up that arm and hold side plank. 10. I love it. 9, 8, 7, 6. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2. With care, lower that hip. Let's do the other side. Side plank. Your elbow is underneath your shoulder. Lift up. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, lower your hip, and then reverse plank. So hands behind you. You're going to let the fingers face your bootay. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. Terrific. Now bend the knees a little bit. Partial roll down. Go down and up. It's partial because we're not going all the way down at first. What this does is if you have any neck issues, it overrides that. You shouldn't have any neck issues here. And what I want to do though is add on. Make sure the space behind you is clear enough that if you want to, you could go all the way down and up. So you see how I just made it harder? The reason I offered the first one, the partial roll down, is so you have a modification that you're comfortable with if this one, this harder advanced posture, doesn't serve you. If your feet kick off the floor, then go back to the partial roll down. Otherwise, enjoy this stretchy strengthening. Abdominals are strengthening. Your exhale is peeling you up. You're over an imaginary beach ball. Inhale. This one does slightly pull your britches down. That's natural. So anytime you need to adjust, you can. I'll do it right now. Over. Now we're going to add on, if this one is If you're craving to add on a little bit more, you can stack your spine. Now watch how you hinge. Hinge as much as you can. You see how I look like I'm a book? Now, ready? Let's say right here I start to feel like I need to change it. Flex. See that control? Inhale. Now exhale, peel up. You see how this is harder? Go over an imaginary beach ball. Lift up. Hinge. Pretend like you're opening the page of a really good book. And then flex. Exhale, peel. So the reason I'm offering this in layers is because one layer may be too hard and you can always go back to the other one. Hinge, squeeze your legs together, and then round. Good. Inhale, exhale, peel. We have two more of whatever one you're doing. Hinge, open up that really good book, and flex. Exhale, come up, peel. Stack the spine, hinge. And flex. Full body stretch when you get there. Very good. Now put those legs in the air and go for a bicycle ride. Bicycle ride is going to be abdominals. Bicycle ride with arms. And down. Bicycle ride. And down. And bicycle. And down. And up. And down. You got it. You see how it's harder? If you want it harder, cross your arms. Keep your elbows glued. That's going to be even harder. 4. You feel your abs. 3, 2, and 1. We are going to sit up and do an inner thigh stretch called bound angle. You can also do this lying down, so Polly, either way. See how your feet are like little your legs are like butterflies, right? Exhale, hinge over those butterfly wings. Relax your neck. Take a look. Yeah. Great. Good job, Jean. And relaxing your inner thighs and your hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then come back up and let's go to that forearm plank again. Let your elbows be underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes back behind you and hold on to a plank. Now, if you want to add on from here, push forward through your toes and then back through your heels. You're going to exhale forward through your toes and back through your heels. Inhale and exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now rest your pelvis. Let your elbows be down. Now press your hands into the floor and go up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower yourself back down. Go back to that elbow plank. Curl your toes. Lift up. Now this time you're going to shift your hips up and then back to plank. Shift your hips up and back to plank. Shift your hips up, back to plank. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2, 1. Now hold your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest your pelvis. Now you're in Sphinx. Add on your hands, pushing you up. Cobra or Swan. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Now go down to your elbows again. We're going to do another front plank. Curl your toes, lift up. Now this time drop your left hip a little and then your right hip. You're just rotating in the hips a little bit, your spine a little bit, like you're dipping a hip in the water. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your pelvis and put your hands down and press up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale. Now, when you lower down this time, put your hands at your lower back and inhale, lift, and lift up your thighs. 8, this is so good for your back and your posture. Lower down and switch your hands. Now the other pinky's on the outside. Lift up your back, lift up your arms, lift up your thighs. Our goal is that upper back. Many people get forward in daily life activities and they start getting round upper backs. So we want to counterpose that by strengthening the back body, opening up the front body. That way we can have good posture instead of getting drawn forward. And relax. Now this time the hands are beside us, palms face the floor. Lift up your upper back, lift up your thighs. It's like you're a rocket ship. 5, 3, 2, one more time. We're going to go up, inhale, lift. 5, your gaze is probably down so your neck doesn't have any wrinkles in it. 4, good, Jean. 3, 2, and now push back into a knee-wide child's pose. With the knee-wide child's pose, you can make room for diaphragmatic breath. 5, breathe into the belly. 4, 3, 2, and then come to all fours. Now at this point, you're in a cube. You're at 90 degrees in your your shoulder, your hip, and you're going to bend your elbows. I know it feels easy. We're just going to do an easy set of push-ups to go over some form, and then we'll add on. When you bend your elbows, you're going to keep your shoulder blades down the back so that you don't drop in the shoulders. When you do the push-up, you want to feel your belly pulling in so your low back doesn't get saggy or droopy. When you do these push-ups, you're going to keep your ear in line with your shoulder so your head doesn't lead the way ahead of your body. Now just take 2 more. There's still a tricep there, and then recover. When you lower your body this time, bend your elbows and pat yourself on the back to add tricep stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, come back up. Now either do that same cube push-up or walk your knees further back and do the same form. But you see, now I'm in a modified plank. Bend your elbows and extend. Bend and drop your pelvis a little bit. There you go. 4, inhale and exhale. 5, a good push-up feels like a plank because it is. Abs are working. 6, 7, pull the pubic bone up towards the navel so your lower back doesn't get any more flexed. 8, 9, 10. When you recover, you can bend your elbows again. That's going to add a little tricep stretch. Pat yourself on the back. And then the third set. Now you either do a cube, which is the one we started with, or you walk your knees back and you do a modified plank. Bend the elbows and push. Inhale and push. Very good. 3, you choose. 4, 5. If you're doing the modified plank, your hips are open. There's no crease in the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your hips back. Walk your fingers over to one side. Keep walking the fingers over to one side till you feel your stretch from your pinky to your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, Open up your ribs, now your armpit, and it's going to feel like the bottom of your shoulder blade clamshell. 5, breathe into that. 4, we're keeping those respiratory muscles pliant, malleable. That way breathing is easy when we exercise, when we do anything strenuous. Go to the other side. Pinkies far away from your hip. Breathing into the rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2. Open up that arm and breathe. 5, 4, 3, stretch. 2, and 1. And then come back. All right, belly down. This is a really fun exercise that I love to do. This is the moving swan. You're going to hover your hands and lift up your back. That part right there is really good for your upper back. Now add your hands pushing. And remember, you're not just slamming yourself up. You're still using your back. Inhale. Now on your exhale, lower your upper body, but now your legs are going to lift up. Oops, I have to get away from that. Lift up your legs. Lower your legs, lift up your back, and then let your hands assist you. And lower, controlled, and lift up your hamstrings. And lower and lift up your upper body. And lift up your legs. And lift up your upper body. And lift up your legs. And lift up your upper body. And lift up your legs. One more time. Up. One more time, your legs. Now we are going to lift our upper body and stay. Belly in. 8, 6. Good. Chin tuck just a little, Christine, after you get, 5. After you see what's happening. 4, then 3. The neck feels good. 2. Lower yourself down. Either do that again or hold on to your feet or your ankles. One hand, lift up. Now, if that's not working out, just push your hands on the floor and do a cobra again, a swan. 8. Good. Check in with your neck. It's free. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Press back. Terrific. Now open up your knees. This is the frog. With your knees wide, you're doing frog pose. If this doesn't serve you, do bound angle. Otherwise, you're going to rest. Your head down. Your toes are towards each other. Your knees are wide. Hold here. We'll take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. That was great. That's one of my favorite stretches. Now we're going to take a side plank, but this time, if you would like to make it a little bit harder, a challenge is to make it a tree pose. So this top foot can be on your inner thigh or your calf. The other option is just do a normal side plank. So get ready. This arm's vertical. Go up. 10, 9. There you go. 8, 7. That's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower the hip with care. Go to the other side. 10, 9, very good, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and exhale, lower. Good, let's head over to the other side. You're doing great. Now with this one, if you'd like to add on, you're gonna abduct that leg. Oh yeah, grab a sip. Good, Christina, good call. Grab a sip. We try to encourage taking care of our biology in this class. Elbow under. Now, if you would like to add on, you're going to add an abduction. So I'll show you what that means. It's star. Lift up. Now, if you want to add on, lift up that leg. 5, 4. Be strong. 3, 2, 1. All right, now lower with care. Then let's head to the other side. Good job. All right, you can double up your mat. Leg long. Okay, now if you want to add on, it's an abduction star. Go up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower your booty. Turn that body. We have a similar variation here that you could do a leg lift here while you're in long Purvottanasana, reverse plank. So fingertips towards your booty. Go up. It's totally optional. You could 1, 2, 3. Press the one heel. 4, 5. This is harder. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower your booty. Take your legs out wide like a big V. Now, your left hand is going to go to the inner right knee. Right arm up and over like you're painting a rainbow. You see how I'm just adding some rotational nuances? That is optional, but often you can find different fibers. The shoulder really appreciates the stretch of the different fibers of the lat because it's a muscle that twists the arm inward like a gorilla. So I like to get these lats. You notice I do a lot of stretches with the lats because I've had over a lot of women approach me with a frozen shoulder or shoulder issues. So what we do is a lot of preventative work to build strength appropriately in the stabilizers and to stretch the muscles that can hurt shoulders. So that's why we do a lot of these types of stretches to avoid all those problems. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now come up, and before you do the other side, sometimes you can feel right away, like right here, this feels so much more spacious on me. Let's do the other side. Hand to the opposite knee, go up, go over. So what you're doing is working on the communication between your cells and your body, your mind. So you realize when your body needs a stretch, it'll give you a signal. Add those nuances of rotation if you'd like. I'm going to move just so I'm in a better view so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Breathe into that rib cage that's towards the sky. Notice without judgment, is one side tighter than the other? If it is, stay there a couple more breaths. Focus on the breath without judgment. Just observe the breath. Then you know what we have to do. It's going to feel so good. Come up, go right down the middle. Now your hands could be on your shins or they could be on the floor. You just listen to your body, wiggle into it, let everything go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1, gently come back up. Terrific. All right, let those legs go in the front. Now, see if you can lift up the right leg here. Let your hands be on the leg, and imagine you're a little monkey. You're going to go down that tree only to the place where you can come back up. So that would be modified. Watch this. If you're okay, you can go lower. And watch this. If you can do this, go for it. So do 5 monkey climbs a tree, however you're doing it. Inhale and exhale. I got a little stretch here. I'd love to add that part on. Inhale, climb up that tree. You're a little monkey. Climb that tree. Good. Inhale. Feel that low back. Now, if you cannot go all the way down, that's right, Polly. Good. You just stay on the up part. 2. 1 more. Hold that little stretch. 5. Good. Lift up your heart. 4. Draw the shoulder blades down. 3. Now you notice I have a micro bent knee because that helps me get a stretch here. I don't want it here and I don't want it here. And now watch this. We're going to switch it. Okay, this leg, you do your little tree or you do your big tree. Monkey climb a tree. Up. 5. Little stretch. Down. Exhale. Up. Little stretch. Down. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Little stretch. Good. That looks great. Take your time. Protect the neck by tucking the chin a little. 1 more. Now hold that monkey's climbing a tree. Lift your heart. Hold on higher if you can. Shoulder blades down. 5, 4, 3, 2. I like it. Good Gene, good add-on. Okay, bonus. Lift up those legs. Try to balance. Either here, see how I'm bent, or here. 5. Good. 4, 3. Lift up. 2. Touch for those toes. Now watch this. Roll down. 5. Slowly. 4. Slowly. 3. Slowly. 2. Slowly. A big full body stretch. Good. All right. Take your right knee over. This is knee down twist. Let your left hand hold that knee. Let your right arm be out like a T or a Y. And this is one of my favorite stretches. You get the low back, you get the hip, you get the upper back, the shoulders, and the chest stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take another inhale. Now on the exhale, realign your spine. Take your other knee down, your other arm. Okay, look that way. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And exhale. Now come back in and take that left leg in a stretch. Let me show you a couple ways to do this squat stretch. One looks like this, where you take your left arm behind you and you put your heel towards your booty. You see how that stretches that quad? And that's how a lot of us are going to be. You want to use your abs to pull your ribs down and your pubic bone up. Let me show you the second way, which is using a roller. And so if that way doesn't feel like enough stretch, you do this one. rib down. Yeah. You see how my head and my sacrum are on it? And it takes the 3.5 foot roller. So if you don't have that, it's just do the other one. You're fine. Yeah. Breathing, pubic bone up, ribs down. Good. And a lovely trick to add here is to really let that breath go low in the diaphragm, because the diaphragm attaches on the lumbar 1, 2, 3 on one side and 1, 2 on the other side. And so that's also where the psoas is attached, and they're so close. The psoas actually attaches higher to T12, but doesn't matter. Basically, what I'm saying is the breath to that low diaphragm will help get some breath to the quad, the rectus femoris right here, and the psoas major. So by deepening that breath, you help release tension in your back, and you release tension in your hip flexor, which when the hip flexor is tight, you almost always have low back pain. They're very associated. You get that low back sway that you see people that are really lordotic and archy like a gymnast, and you don't want that. You want to have that muscle relaxed enough at rest that you don't get a forced low back extension at rest. That's a lot of people's back pain, and it compresses the disc. And we don't want that. We want plump, healthy disc. So let's take the other side. You know that you can lie on your side and you can put that foot in your hand. And the other one is you can lie on your back on your roller, and you're going to take your foot under. So you want to find the one that lets you. You see how if you're tight, your low back could get really arched here. And you don't want that. You want to tuck the ribs. You want to pull the pubic bone up. Now we're going to drop that breath. Also, I'm conscious of my ankle because I don't want the ankle to be out here in a sprain position. I want it to be neutral. And pull the ribs down, pull the pubic bone up, and then let that breath go in this low area, that diaphragm, that belly gets big. Another neat trick to do is just to gently add on the arms like this if you're on a roller. But if you're not, just hold on to that foot. Breathe low and let your eyes soften. We're already in that parasympathetic, calm retreat, that homeostasis, where everything's calm. Your home base, your baseline. So if you notice things get hectic at work or hectic during your day, you can always come back to a safe healing cave that you can create yourself, letting your eyes close or soften, breathing in through the nose, letting the breath go to the diaphragm, biasing the exhale so it's just a tiny bit longer. These are all little tools that you want to have very handy in your toolbox of how to create a state of calm, because it's so easy with the world's variables, the external world's variables, to accidentally inflect our emotions, and this creates a haven of calm. So one of your main goals in life is to come back into regulation so that you're acting out of a place of calm, loving, healing, and not out of reaction and stress. Observe the breath. And then when you're ready, let that go. And I'm going to have us roll off. Gently pull the legs in just for a moment. Now, the next one is legs on the wall. If you have a roller or a block, you can put your sacrum on that roller and on that block, and then put your legs up on the wall or a couch. And if you need to just rest on the floor, that's okay too. Let your hands go to your belly so that you're subconsciously sending a signal through kinesthetic awareness that you're bringing that breath from the nose down to the belly. You're allowing the belly to inflate. You're not forcing it to inflate. Observe the breath. And I'm going to place this in the Bozeman Hot Springs where I was yesterday. And you're just imagining you're in a perfect temperature for you water. I stayed in the 106 degree one, just whatever works for you. And you can smell a light scent of sulfur. You can feel the gentle mineral combination in the water, helping to ease the joints and heal the muscles, repair. You can feel that sense of light steam around your face and how the body feels light and floating in that water. You can imagine you see mountains in the background, and you can smell the combination of sugary pine in the air with the sulfur. You can smell the trees. You can smell that light sulfur that heals, that protects, relaxes, and makes you feel supported. Your arms and legs are so light in the water. And the water seems to give you a gentle massage. So notice that sense of healing, and gently wake up your fingers and your toes, and gently come up towards a seated position. And with as little effort as you can, sit up straight. And then imagine you're back in those hot springs. And this one had nicely tiled benches, nicely tiled backdrops, and big, beautiful monoliths, rocks all around. There were about 10 hot springs. So even though you're in your perfect one, you can see the other hot springs with their steam coming off and the mountains in the background. Large pine trees you can smell around you. Just imagine how light your body feels, and let your hands come to your heart. And notice there's a little space underneath that bottom palm between your heart and the skin of your palm. And whatever image comes to mind of how you can further nurture yourself today, imagine that image is in that little space. Maybe it's just a cup of tea or a nice salad, a fresh juice. Notice whatever image comes to mind, and notice that your cells have so much wisdom you can tap into for how to keep good care of yourself. And whenever you're ready, let your eyes come back into the room. And with so much care and appreciation, thank you so much for joining me for class. Thank you so much. Good to see you, girls. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Bye. I'll be here.